welcome to this very special edition of SBI Mutual Fund presents Bharat Nivesh. I'm Kavita Thapliyal, and today once again the spotlight will be on your financial planning and your financial literacy. But today's show is very special. इसीलिए बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में एक्सपर्ट्स तो होते ही हैं, लेकिन आज HR कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट्स हैं who will be talking about their financial future, their financial life, and to help them achieve all their financial goals and have the right kind of alignment with their financial goals, investment strategies. We have in the studio आदित्य गांगल एंड रूपा वेंकट कृष्णन. हाय, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आप दोनों का. और बहुत अहम शो इसीलिए भी क्योंकि ऑडियंस के तौर पे हमारे साथ ऐसे लोग हैं और ऐसी ऑडियंस है जो अपना पहला कदम शायद आपको सुनने के बाद, आपसे सीखने के बाद लेने वाली है. जो आप इनको सिखाएंगे वो बेसिस होगा इनकी फाइनेंशियल लाइफ का. सो वेलकम ऑल ऑफ यू. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस. थैंक यू सो मच. आई थिंक द लॉट ओवर योर राइट नाउ ऑल्सो रिप्रेजेंट्स दैट काइंड ऑफ एन इन्वेस्टर जिन्होंने कोविड के दौरान और कोविड के बाद बहुत ज़्यादा मार्केट्स को समझा है. अच्छी बात यह है कि समझा है, बुरी बात यह है कि बहुत ज़्यादा समझ लिया है. जितना नहीं चाहिए था वो भी समझ लिया है, थैंक्स टू सोशल मीडिया. ओके, सो लेट मी टॉक अबाउट द मिथ्स फर्स्ट. सोशल मीडिया आप भी ब्राउज करती होंगी, आपके पास भी क्लाइंट आते होंगे कि अरे वो वीडियो में तो बोला था ये फंड अच्छा करेगा, आप मुझे ये फंड में क्यों बोल रही हैं पैसे डालने के लिए. हाउ डू यू टैकल इट? वेयर डू दे गो रॉन्ग इन देयर अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
सो बेसिकली ग्रीड. तो ग्रीड में क्या होता है, सेइंग दैट कि रिटर्न्स देखते हैं हम ये देखते हैं किस फंड ने सबसे ज़्यादा रिटर्न दिया. एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट है ना, ये सब सिक्लिकल होता है.
ओके, सिक्लिकल का मतलब क्या?
सिक्लिकल होता है कि सबका एक समय आता है, एक साइकिल होता है. क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं है कि सब स्टाइल एक ही साथ चलेंगे. जैसे जब मिड कैप चलता है तो सिर्फ मिड कैप चलेगा, जब स्मॉल कैप चलता है तो सिर्फ लार्ज कैप का भी. सो एवरी मार्केट सेगमेंट में एक सिक्लिकलिटी होता है. गोल्ड चलता है, सिल्वर चलता है. सो ये सारे एसेट क्लासेस चलते हैं, बट एवरीथिंग हैज़ अ साइकिल. जैसे इंटरेस्ट रेट साइकिल होता है, ग्रोथ साइकिल होता है. सो उसी तरह से इन्वेस्टमेंट का भी साइकिल होता है. हम क्या कर लेते हैं कि पिछला फंड देख के हम इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. वो सही है, बट उसके लिए समय चाहिए. सो पीपल डोंट लुक एट टाइम, बट पीपल लुक एट रिटर्न्स इन अ शॉर्ट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. अगर हम सिर्फ रिटर्न देख के हम इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो पैसे बनेंगे, बट संपत्ति नहीं बनेगी, वेल्थ नहीं बनेगी.
ओके,
सो आवर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन शुड बी ऑन क्रिएटिंग वेल्थ and not about making money. And the fundamental reason why we should also look at investment for long term is हमको ये समझना चाहिए saying that कि हम इंडिया में हमको रिटायरमेंट के लिए पैसे सेव करने पड़ेंगे, नहीं तो भगवान भी आके आपको हेल्प नहीं करेगा.
एब्सोल्युटली. जब तक सरकार बेहतर रिफॉर्म्स नहीं ले आती तब तक.
नो, बट इंडिया में वो सोशल सिक्योरिटी है ही नहीं पहले से.
लेकिन हम तो रियल एस्टेट में बहुत पैसे लगाते हैं भाई. देखिए, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट माय फादर, ट्रेडिशनली आज भी उनके लिए फिक्स डिपॉजिट, सोना, रियल एस्टेट, ये उनके लिए संपत्ति है और यही उनके लिए बहुत बड़ा बैकअप है. जब रिटायर हुए तो जब उनको हाथ में पैसे आए तो उन्होंने क्या किया, अपने लिए घर खरीद लिया. और उसके खरीदने के बाद मुझे बताया कि अच्छा मैंने ये कर दिया अपने पीएफ के पैसों के साथ, अब बताओ तुम क्या कर सकते हो, कुछ बचा नहीं मेरे पास करने के लिए. सो दैट तो आप जो कह रही हैं वो सही है.
सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज इन्वेस्टमेंट में भी सब कुछ सही मात्रा में होना चाहिए. तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, बहुत एक्सेसिव हो जाते हैं. या तो बहुत सेफ्टी करते हैं, या तो ये बोलते हैं कि सिर्फ रियल एस्टेट में डालो, गोल्ड में डालो. बिल्कुल नहीं, आपको सब एवरीथिंग हैज टू बी एलोकेटेड इक्वली. कि इक्विटी भी होना चाहिए, डेट भी होना चाहिए, प्रॉपर्टी भी होनी चाहिए, और आप सोना भी खरीद लीजिए, फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट भी, बट एवरीथिंग एक प्रोपोर्शन में होना चाहिए. और इट ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स सेइंग दैट कि सिर्फ पहला प्रिंसिपल होना चाहिए सेइंग दैट हम जब हमारा जो पैसा हम निवेश करते हैं वो हमारा इन्फ्लेशन के ऊपर रिटर्न देना चाहिए. दैट्स योर फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल. बट हम वो नहीं देखते, हम यही देखते हैं कि क्या चल रहा है. सो द बेसिक फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल इज सेइंग दैट कि हमारा पैसा इन्फ्लेशन से ज़्यादा बढ़ना चाहिए, विच इज़ द एसेट क्लास. और अगर आप कोई भी स्टडी देख लो फॉर द लास्ट 46 years in India या even abroad, equity is the only asset class which will give you returns above inflation to sustain your lifestyle. So ये नहीं बोलती हूँ कि सब कुछ इक्विटी में डालिए, but you should have 30-40% of your money in equities to have a sustainable lifestyle. वहाँ मिस्टेक होती है. हम रिटर्न्स पे रह जाते हैं, हम एसेट एलोकेशन पे ध्यान नहीं देते हैं, हम लॉन्ग टर्म प्लानिंग नहीं करते, वो प्रॉब्लम है। गोल नहीं बनाते हम लोग, है ना। जब जैसे आज बच्चे हैं, हम लोग जब स्टैंडर्ड 1-2 से जाते हैं, फिर हम एक 10th स्टैंडर्ड में 12th स्टैंडर्ड में डिसाइड करते हैं कि हमको साइंस करना है, कॉमर्स करना है या आर्ट्स करना है। यू हैव अ गोल, राइट? आइदर यू वांट टू बिकम अ डॉक्टर, एन आर्किटेक्ट, और यू वांट टू बिकम अ professor,
that
whatever,
clarity,
or yeah, you have a clarity and you work towards the goal. It's the same way with money.
Why equity mutual funds is the best way to start your investment journey?
Because, and it is a very relevant question, and what Rupa madam was mentioning about various vehicles of investing. I believe equity mutual funds, or rather mutual funds, are the most convenient, most flexible instruments in the financial world currently which are available. Unlike common myths ki where you might have to lock in your investments and all, mutual fund में सब convenience है. I mean, early college goers can start with as low as 500 rupee SIP. There are he can top it up later on. Embedded इतने सारे tools and mechanisms है where you can keep on increasing your allocation to mutual fund. There are so many people who don't know कि there can be a partial withdrawal also. So if you have built a corpus and you need only say 20% of it, you can do that. Liquidity T+1 या T+2 में आ जाती है आपको, depending on which category of fund that you have invested. You can top up the SIP. You can even pause the SIP. Now there is a system. I mean, life is not linear. Incomes keep on fluctuating. कोई demand आ जाएगा, कोई खर्चा आ जाएगा unexpected. You can pause the SIP rather than stopping the SIP completely. You can pause it for 3 months, 6 months. So no other investment vehicle which is available currently gives you so much of flexibility also, and at the same time liquidity also.
और मार्केट को समझने का बेहतरीन तरीका है कि एसआईपी से आप शुरुआत कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो आपके साथ तो मैं सवाल करती रहूंगी, लेकिन हमारे साथ क्योंकि स्टूडेंट्स भी हैं, फैकल्टी मेंबर्स भी हैं, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद योर क्वेश्चंस. एनीवन?
मेरा क्वेश्चन जो है वो स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी है, क्योंकि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स सब पेमेंट ऐप्स पे हैं, और अभी लास्ट कुछ दिनों में गोल्ड और सिल्वर बहुत ज़्यादा चर्चा में रहा है. तो ये जो गोल्ड और सिल्वर है, ये म्यूचुअल फंड के माध्यम से ईटीएफ्स में एक्सचेंज पे खरीदने चाहिए, या ये पेमेंट ऐप्स पे जो गोल्ड और सिल्वर मिल रहा है लेने चाहिए? उनमें डिफरेंस क्या है?
ईटीएफ्स जो मिल रहे हैं, राइट?
हाँ जी.
राइट.
तो शुड वी बाय इट फ्रॉम द पेमेंट ऐप्स और शुड वी बाय द ईटीएफ्स?
So to answer the question, I would rather say to buy it through ETFs or through index funds. क्योंकि if you would have seen recently, there was a regulation which has come, which is stating that payments app and all are not regulated. Mutual funds are regulated by SEBI. There is a regulator who is conveniently and very thoroughly keeping an eye on what mutual funds are doing. So rather than payment app, my belief is कि you should buy it through mutual funds. ETF में एक ही फैलेसी है. ETF में एट टाइम्स क्या होता है, एंड हमने देखा भी है अक्टूबर नवंबर में, व्हेनेवर यू आर द अंडरलाइन ट्रेड्स एट अ प्रीमियम. सो फॉर इन्वेस्टर, अगर उसको पता नहीं है कि मेरा NAV क्या है, ही विल एंड अप बाइंग एट 10-20% प्रीमियम. So a better way to start it is through a index fund, which is investing into fund of fund. And abhi now index fund investing through fund of fund, there are certain tax exemptions also which were not there earlier if the holding period is more than 2 years. So that is a more convenient route according to me.
All right.
Sure. Thank
I
you
will
so
just
much.
take a step back because I also we have viewers also. So I just want you to help our viewers also understand कि ETF, index funds, fund of funds, क्योंकि हम गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर की बात कर रहे हैं, इनमें फ़र्क क्या है? NAV आपने कहा कि देख लेनी चाहिए, उसमें टैक्सेशन में क्या फ़र्क है? मेरी कॉस्ट, इफ़ आई एम इन्वेस्टिंग इन एन ETF, इफ आई एम इन्वेस्टिंग इन अ फंड ऑफ फंड, तो मेरी कितनी कॉस्ट जा रही है? ये सब थोड़ा सा, बिकॉज ये छोटे छोटे नुआंसेस हैं. कोई भी
नहीं, ठीक है. Because it is a very hot and relevant
Exactly.
topic. सिल्वर ने लास्ट 1 साल में 200% रिटर्न दिया है. So typically क्या होता है कविता जी, in a ETF, I mean ETF is a vehicle where whatever money is getting collected is invested into a underlying. Now जब when we come to the next level, which is a index
underlying
fund,
means we
either gold or silver.
Okay.
Now typically the expense ratio in a ETF is in the range of 60 basis to 75 basis point. क्योंकि क्यों unlike Nifty जहाँ पे expense ratios are in the range of 5 bips or something of that sort, यहाँ पे custodian cost है, gold preserve करने का cost है. So typically all ETF funds have a expense ratio in the range of 50 to 75. That is a broader range. Now when somebody is investing into a index fund, typically these index funds where the underline is gold or silver, they whatever money they collect, they in turn invest into a gold ETF. So typically if my gold ETF expense say is 70 basis and my gold ETF index fund expense is 10 basis. So there is an additional expense, and that is how the nature is. Whenever anybody who is taking a fund of fund route, he has to pay a expense, but then there are a lot of convenience in terms of वहाँ पे आपको minimum 1 gram खरीदना है. If you want to start a SIP into a gold ETF, you cannot have a fractional gold ETF because there you have to buy minimum 1 unit. Index fund में आप 500 रुपया 1000 रुपया का SIP you can easily start. So that is how it is. Of course, there is an added expense to it, but then there are limitations on how much expense ratio AMC can charge. SEBI का formula है उसके ऊपर, and now they have revised it further downwards. So typical cost is 70 in the underline plus 10 bips of index, so that comes to around 80 basis points.
All right. And avoid payment apps.
Avoid payment apps, absolutely.
Hi, this is Bhumika Chauhan, a research scholar and a professor. I wanted to ask you, Rupa ma'am, that you often emphasize on that every fund will underperform within 3 to 5 years. So, for a beginner or an initial stage of investment, when we see a red front of us, so the natural instinct is to stop. So, how would you suggest that we should train our mind and to see a market view as a dip, like for example as an opportunity, not a risk, and especially when we don't have a huge investment cushion?
So basically, before you invest, you should understand where you're investing, right? Not jump into it because it's if there is a trend or something is going on. So again, the fundamental principle again comes why you are investing. Are you investing because that segment is doing well, or you are investing because you have to create wealth over the next 10, 15, 20 years? Once you have that clarity, and then you go and do the studies in the past, what does the data show? You have to analyze saying that what is the data showing? Saying that how has the fund performed in the last 15, 20, 30 years? You have data today for even 30 years. Now, if you go back and look at every fund would have seen a cycle of underperformance and performance, because there are different categories of funds today. You have a mid cap, you have a small cap, you have a flexi cap, you have a multi cap. You have different kinds of fund. There are different styles also, which is a growth style, value style, momentum style, correct? So if you really have to invest, you really need to go to an expert to understand saying that what is that investment style, what is the underlying portfolio, how that has done well. Most of the people do DIY only because they feel saying that, yes, in the last 5-6 years, as she said, after COVID, you have only seen the market at one side. You have not seen the market, you've not seen the market correcting, or you've not seen the bear market. And that is one of the reasons why people feel saying that investment is very easy. But to your question specifically, the data shows that investment is all about cyclical. It's cycles, right? You're doing a PhD, so you should read about Howard Marks. Howard Marks always talks about cycles of investing, right? Cycles, segments. So if you understand that, then you will allocate your funds meaningfully, prudently to achieve saying that, how do you achieve your goals? So when you do investment, asset allocation is very important between large, mid, small, between value growth, and even to have your liquidity for liquid funds or arbitrage funds or debt funds. When you have your funds asset allocated and with a goal saying that this investment is for 10, 15, 20 years and for shorter period, you will achieve your goals. But if you follow trends, you're never going to make money. You're only going to be disappointed because you will enter the place at the wrong time and come out at the wrong place. So you have to study yourself in depth, or you go to an expert and understand and construct your portfolio.
Sure. Next question.
I wanted to ask a follow-up question on SOS. You said there are so many expenses and premiums that go into ETFs, and sometimes they are traded above their paper value. So shouldn't one try and investing in physical commodities like gold and silver coins, which our parents used to do since years, like they used to buy small coins every Dhanteras. So shouldn't one try accumulating physical assets, 1 gram, 10 grams every month, every quarter, because there's underlying value to it and you can sell it anytime. So what's your opinion on ETFs versus physical commodities?
See, I am in the camp of paper gold. If you see millennials, I mean, of course, 65% of the millennials have started investing in paper gold. Now, yes, all of us have gold stacked in in our houses, and our parents have been doing that SIP habit into gold long time, much before these new age vehicles came into picture. But in terms of advantages and disadvantages of holding a physical gold versus a paper gold, I mean, liquidity, you decide now if the market is on, you can sell it on the exchange. Of course, these a premium over spot price and all, these are one-off cases. It's not a regular thing. There are market makers which are in place, and the fund managers ensure that the premium is well within the pre-decided brand. That is a duty of a market maker to provide liquidity for a gold or silver or any other underlying ETF on the exchange. So we are monitoring it. But in terms of if we still have to go the old way, you will have to go to the shop, collect it, again go back. They will take making charges. They take making charges on buying also, selling also. I mean, it is more convenient to rather invest into ETFs and index funds of precious metals rather than taking physical delivery. Physical delivery can be tactical. If somebody in his overall, what Madam mentioned about asset allocation, if 10% is through commodities, and within commodities you want to trade, take an active call, that makes sense. But from a general perspective, from a wealth creation perspective, from a portfolio allocation perspective, this is much more convenient as compared to buying a physical gold.
Next question. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, we discussed about the goal-based investment. So everybody has different goals in life. So how should we understand what percentage of my investment should go towards a particular goal, and which vehicle I should invest in? This is one question. Second question is that we are living in the information age. फिंगरटिप्स पे इंफॉर्मेशन है, युवा तो अपने सोशल मीडिया पे हैं तुरंत. तो कौन सी सही जगह है जहाँ पे जाके मुझे सही निवेश की जानकारी मिलेगी और उससे मैं यूज कर पाऊँ अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए?
सेकंड सवाल का पहला जवाब का हिस्सा ET Now देखना है, ठीक है?
भारत निवेश.
हाँ बिल्कुल, ET Now देखना है. रोजाना हम सुबह से लेकर शाम तक सिर्फ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की ही बात करते हैं, ठीक है? अब उसके अलावा आप दीजिए.
सो गोल्ड, राइट? सो हम बेसिक एक फॉर्मूला होता है जिसमें कहते हैं कि 50-30-20, right? 50% is your expense, 30% is for your short term, long term, medium term goals, 20% has to be always long term, which is 20-25 years. मैंने जैसे कहा सेइंग दैट कि अगर वो गरीब जन्मा या अमीर घर पे या मिडिल क्लास में या लोअर मिडिल क्लास में, हमको एक चीज याद रखनी चाहिए कि हाँ, एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम हम रिटायर होंगे और हमारी इनकम कम बंद हो जाएगी. तो हमको खुद हमारे प्रिंसिपल जो सेविंग्स होती है उसमें से हमको हमारा घर चलाना पड़ता है. ये बेसिक फंडामेंटल हम सबको समझना चाहिए. वो देयर इज नो अदर चॉइस दैट वी हैव. तो वो जो 20% है उसको अगर आप डे 1 से प्रिंसिपली अगर कहें सेइंग दैट कि मैंने अगर इफ माय अर्निंग इज 100 रुपीज लेट्स से, and you start saving that 20 rupees for long term, 20, 25, 20, and go through that cycle of underperformance in your portfolio. और ये समझ लीजिए कि अगर आप लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं और आपकी 30-35 इयर्स की जर्नी में 3 बार 50% मार्केट करेक्शन होने वाला है, 25% करेक्शन 30-40 टाइम्स होने वाला है, 10-20% करेक्शन वो 100 टाइम्स भी होने वाला है. Markets will go to cycles, there would be wars, there would be terrorist attacks, there would be whatever it is, but ultimately आपको retire होना है और आपको जीना है. So your investment has to go through that cycle, but in spite of going through that cycle, your expectation of returns are reasonable, you will able to compound your wealth. That is one basic principle. Medium term में आपको जो भी goals बनाने, जैसे I want to buy a house, I want to buy a car, I want to go on a holiday, that can be saved in a respective instrument which mutual funds are offering, which could be an arbitrage fund, which could be a debt fund, which could be a even sometimes you can invest in a multi-asset fund. So you have different categories of investment options aligned to your goals. अब उसके लिए you have to sit with somebody, understand it कि वो मेरे लिए क्या right है. Please understand one important thing saying that पैसा है ना is different for different people. Your relationship with money is different for different people because कोई scarcity mindset से आता है, कोई abundance से आता है, और उनकी लाइफ में अगर ऐसे कोई इवेंट होती है कि there is some crisis and the money has people have lost money or anything, then your relationship with money becomes different. So everyone sitting here will have different relationship with money, different temperament with money. To understand that, you have to have somebody to guide you, because some people are they have anxiety, some people are calm, they are able to take it. So your investment habit also belongs to which temperament you are. So I think people have to understand saying that money is different, has different emotions, different relationships. So you have to need somebody to guide you. Jaise all students would not have become what they are without teachers. Correct? Teachers are guide to our careers. Teachers are guide to our behavior. So in the same way, investment also needs someone to guide you, to help you through your own emotions and the market emotions.
That's very
so
important.
it is very important saying that you need to have some guidance. Okay, there are questions which people do ask me saying that I have very little, where will I go? Right? I think as human beings, we are very, very biased. Because when we need something, to buy something, we will go and Google and find and say that ki kahan kya milta hai. Correct? If a child is there, we will go and find which is the school I want to put the child, which place, what. But when it comes to investment, I have never seen anybody find saying that whom should I go, how should I go, and where should I go. We don't even ask about it, because money, when it comes to money, we have a taboo to ask somebody saying that हम मिलेंगे तो सब कुछ बात करेंगे. Which movie did we see? Which holiday did we go? Which car did we buy? Where did we eat in a restaurant? But when it comes to money, we will not ask each other, where are you investing and how are you financially well off, and I am not, with the same. So that's the difference. I think the narrative needs to change.
Also, I think, what one needs to understand is their risk appetite, because you're talking about goals. Short term, long term, कुछ तो goals होते ही हैं, जैसे आपकी life के stages बदलते हैं, शादी होती है, बच्चे होते हैं, बच्चों की पढ़ाई लिखाई, उनकी शादी, retirement, पता है रूपा ने retirement सबसे पहले आपको तय कर लेना चाहिए. But how do you decide your risk appetite when you're looking at these long term goals and the right kind of investment instrument that you want to select?
So there are various ways and means to look at it. Typically, risk profiler and all, everybody knows ki what is my risk profile, depending on what Rupa madam was saying, ki color of money is different for everybody. So depending on what is my risk profile, I can choose. If at all I am very young and I'm starting early, I will not expect that we should start something in, like, say, a hybrid funds. But then for that, you should look at equity funds, which more of a mid and small cap bias, something like multi-cap or a flexi-cap, which will help you compounding. Now, anybody can tell me what is a best friend of equity? Abhi madam ne itna uske upar, she gave us insight. Sorry? Compounding, but time is the best friend of equity. The more time you spend in the market, rather than timing it, I mean, it will work wonders. And compounding, which was also now we call it as the eighth wonder of the world. SIP, what we have been talking about, and to your question, how to build wealth, because there is no social security which is there. And most importantly, people are forgetting that the life expectancy is going to be much, much higher going ahead. Marne nahi denge aage jaake. So this is how it's going to be. So when we are planning for our retirement, we have to plan it for almost like 30, 40 years, because that is how it should be. SIP is, and investing is a patience game. So if you are investing in a SIP, assuming 20,000 is invested into a SIP and it is compounding at 12%, the first 50 lakh corpus is created after 8 years. So, I mean, first 50 lakh is created after 8 years. Next 50 lakh is created after 5 years. The third 50 lakh is created after 4 years. After 20th year, every year you add 50 lakh to the corpus. So that is how it is. The more time you spend, and again, in terms of risk profiling, somebody who is risk averse, they can choose hybrid funds. There are hybrid funds which are debt heavy, which are equity heavy, or multi-asset, what we discussed earlier. So there are various ways and means. But most important is, see, everybody after graduation, typically we go to career counselors. What madam mentioned, she gave a beautiful analogy of teachers. We seek guidance. I mean, in this DIY generation, if at all you have to create wealth, I would rather go by the nomenclature of Diva. I mean, we should have an advisor. Do it yourself, do it with advisor, because that is very important. We are dealing in intangibles and these decisions, and typically we try to be very secretive about what my financial position is, what is my corpus. So at least confide in one of the sound advisors who will help you and handle and help you in achieving those goals.
I think this is time up for this particular session. For now, thank you so much for joining in. And it's one step at a time. यहाँ से शुरुआत हुई है, आप तक बात पहुंची है, आप आगे बात बढ़ाएंगे और लोगों को सिखाएंगे. That is what is also the aim through this particular show. But then, thank you so much. We've got a lovely audience, and thank you so much for guiding our audience and the viewers today.
Thank you so very much for having us.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of SBI Mutual Fund Bharat Nivesh. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.